Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understanding.
What up, it's your girl Ayo, and welcome to Ayo's World, where you can find anything from beauty to comedy to advice. Today we have a little sit and chat video, as it were, because like I said, and like I've been saying for the past couple videos, I am now back to work. And I thought, in the spirit of me being back to work, I'd come and give you guys a little video about, you know, my feelings about the new school year, what's going on, funny things that have happened to me in the first week of school. So let's get into the video. So for those of you that do not know, I am a SPED para. So I work with special needs children in what is called a communications classroom. That means it is a classroom where kids that do not have any functional speech skills, meaning they might be able to say a few words, but they cannot communicate with you fully 9 times out of 10. So we help with them learning how to explain wants and needs and things like that, and work on helping them communicate with people better, right? Some of my kids may have behaviors. Some of them, the only thing that they're learning how to do is to talk. We work on impulse skills, functional skills, meaning life skills, like learning how to go to the bathroom, learning how to use fine motor skills if they're lacking that, and or use the little tiny bones in our fingers and things like that. So we do a lot of tiny people skills with kids that are developmentally behind. With that being said, this is my first week back to school, and I've had a lot of fun with this past week because not only do I work at a school full-time, I also work for an after-school program full-time. So I go directly from my classroom to the cafeteria to look after kids again. My full work day is about 12 hours, and I get a 30-minute break to eat. So you can imagine how that goes. But thing number one, in my first week of school, I am noticing a lot of people starting to talk about the incoming kindergartners, because the incoming kindergartners are COVID babies, and a lot of them are, shall we say, lacking in places they shouldn't be because of them being born in a time period where everything was pretty much shut down. Okay, so they weren't able, or them being born in a period where everything was pretty much shut down, and a lot of them fell behind in areas because they were not exposed to school early on, or they had to stay at home a little longer. A lot of kindergartners, and this is not a new thing, but I guess I'm just now being exposed to it. There's a lot of kindergartners that don't know their first name and things like that. I was shocked at how many couldn't verbalize their first name or didn't recognize it when their name was called. Like, okay, you don't know how to spell your name in kindergarten. Okay, that's a skill you're learning. But to actively not answer somebody because you don't know that that's your name, that was a little shocking to me in my first week of school. Okay, I don't have the kindergartners at my second job, but like we are in a cafeteria together, and I was listening to the site director, or the person that is in charge of the area that we are in. I was listening to her call names, and a lot of kindergartners kind of were just in La La Land, and I was shocked at that, because I guess just the way that I was raised, my parents made sure, like, the first thing smoking, as soon as I could memorize things, or as soon as they realized I didn't know my own emergency information, like asking to see my parents' number at school or anything, or when I asked to call home or anything like that, I couldn't tell them my parents' number. So when they realized that I couldn't say it, or like when they realized I didn't know it, they hammered that into me super, super duper duper hard, to make sure that by the time I got to school, babes, you know how to tell people your name. You know how to tell people who your mom, your dad is. You know how to tell them your number. You know how to tell them how to get you home, your address, all the things. So that was one thing that kind of shocked me when I went back to school this week. Thing number two, there are a lot of things that kids say that just get me all the time. So I started a series on my TikTok. If you want to see it, I'll put up my TikTok so you can go watch. I started a series of crazy things my kids said or did this week. And mind you, like I said, this is only the first week of school. I've been told by kids that I don't understand their brain. When told what they were supposed to be doing, it was like, I can't even remember. This happened today, actually. I can't even remember what the directive was, or I can't even remember what I was getting onto him about. But it was a common sense rule, a rule that you know, like after being in school and you're in second grade, it's you're either in second or third grade, because that's the kids that I have. So it's a rule that like is super basic to the point where like you know it by now. And he had already been told to stop before I even got to that point. And he was just trying to play like he didn't know what we were talking about. And he told me that I didn't understand his brain when I told him to knock it off. Right. Okay. I was also told that I was too old to dive because I was playing around with one of my kids and I was building a Lego set, and I was like pretending to build like a diving board because I was pretending to build like pieces to a house. And I was playing around with her and she jokingly like took the pieces to build the diving board with. So I fake burst out into tears because I'm goofy like that and I play around with my kids. So she looks at me dead in the face and goes, "You're too old to dive." When I told her, "Oh my God, like I can't believe you broke my diving board," in my fake crying fit. Oh my God, this is gonna be a fun year. Mind you, I am only 28. I am officially at the point that a second grader is calling me old, and I haven't even left my 20s yet. Great, right? Right? Oh, and the comments haven't just stopped at school. I came home yesterday and like I'm asking my niece about her day and things like that. And I also asked her mom, like, hey, like asking about something at school, right? And the conversation led to her asking us, what does it mean for a kid to have a disability? And because my nephew is autistic, my sister-in-law like was telling her, you know, answering her question in a very, very loving and kind way. She was just like, it's just kids that need a little help. My niece retorts, "Oh, you mean like the kids that be running from the teachers?" Because I'm guessing she has a special needs classroom at her school that may be self-contained, meaning those kids stay in that classroom all day and they don't have communication skills. Even though like for some people hearing that may think, you may think my niece was a little mean for saying that, but as a SPED teacher, I can tell you it's not accurate, because we do have kids that run away. So you might actually see kids running down the hallway away from a teacher. Okay, so we do have that. And it took everything in me to sit there and be like, we're not gonna laugh that. We're not gonna laugh that. I just sat in disbelief because I was brutally honest. Item number 3 on my list that I loved about this week is I met some very, very amazing coworkers this week. Especially my site director. She also doubles as a para at our school. So she's with me all day. I may not see her every single part of the day, but we are literally in the same job all day. And this sweet, kind, amazing human being has been picking me up and dropping me off at home every day. Okay? When I say she's absolutely amazing, not to mention she's absolutely amazing, and my team lead. So if you don't know what a team lead is a person over that entire department of the school. So you have a third grade team lead. That means she helps the entirety of third grade teachers at that school, and so on and so forth. So my program is SPED. So one of my coworkers is the SPED team lead. So everything SPED in our school goes through her. She helps every classroom. She runs her own classroom, all the things. Okay. She was my recommendation for the job that I have now. She is absolutely amazing. Not only did she get me a job here because she asked me, did I want to come back to work, because I've worked with her before. I was actually her para in her classroom, and we had an amazing year. And the year before that, she met me because I would come in her classroom and help her for the second half of the day, because most of the kids in my classroom were gone by the second half of the day, and she still had a pretty good amount of students. So I would transfer over to her room and help her for a little bit. Sweet as pie, like absolutely amazing. Okay, so not only did she help me get a job, or get my job back after I moved, she also put me in touch to get my second job back. So she knows who she is. And I'm like, sorry for hearing the squeaking of my dog who's deciding to chew on her chew toy, and I can't be mad, but it is kind of loud. But she's absolutely so sweet. I want to give her props and say her name, but I'm sorry, I'm not giving the internet my whole entire life story. I'm not giving the internet a key to find exactly where I work. So no, but she knows who she is. She's like the best person ever. They both are. So having an amazing staff to work around has been excellent. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to that this year. Sorry guys, if you see this in my hand, I just kind of felt the need to. If you don't know what this is, little teaching tool. This is a fidget, okay? So if you see me with it, just kindly ignore me doing it. But it kind of helps me focus, and just like, honestly, this is one thing that I love that I picked up from my kids, is the need for these toys. My nieces and nephews are home. Okay, so we came in here and it's like, I want to do a fidget review, and now we're in here arguing. Is that what it is? They opened my fidget box that I have to take to work, and we just decided that it's a fidget review now, I guess. Okay,
okay, we're gonna do a fidget review. Okay, so the first fidget we have is this squishy ball.
What do you rate it?
I rate it a 10 out of 10 because I could pop it, and then I could pop it.
You better not pop my squishy ball.
I could pop it and then make it into slime. And then I have this little one. And this white thing with the... What? I rate this one a 10 out of 10 because if I pop this one, make it into slime, I could put this in it.
You better not pop not one of my
guys, I think
toys.
I found this, and I think it has a marble inside, so...
I kind of like that one. That one's not as fun.
If I break the marble, I'm definitely going to eat it.
No, you're not.
And I'm going to swallow it, guys.
No, you're not. We don't want to go to the hospital today.
I do.
This star is kind of squidgy. It's supposed to be like one of those texture, like smooth, kind of like one of the smooth stones, but it's silicone and you can squidge it.
And then we have this.
This one is one of my favorites, but it's hard. it's like it's hard on my fingers. Like after a while, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm tired.
Pop it! Yeah.
Sorry. Living with children, right? They had to go to bed, but they wanted to do something quickly, so I guess, I don't know. Enjoy our crazy. Yeah, I got a lot of chaos going on. Don't mind my drink. My coworker that brought me home, she bought me a swig, okay? Because she was like, do you mind if I stop with a drink for a drink? I said, I don't care. She bought me one, okay? The first time I tried swig, it was not great. I don't know if I got something wrong or that particular one wasn't as great. But this one, absolutely delicious. This 10 out of 10 would recommend, okay? If you don't know what swig is a dirty soda place where you get to mix and match different sodas and make a custom drink, okay? This one in this cup right now, I customize Mountain Dew with a splash of Coke and vanilla flavoring. A godsend, okay? So it's the next morning. Took a shower, you know, and I forgot to do my closing. So thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys are having an amazing school year. I hope that everybody stays focused and gets through this 25-26 school year with the biggest blessings that you could ever imagine. If you would like to keep seeing videos like this, you can go ahead and click that like, comment, and subscribe button. You can also go and find my socials. I always leave pictures of it up, so I'm going to do that right now. Give you a second. My TikTok is also linked on my page, so if you click around my banner, you'll also see my TikTok on my page.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty, pretty.